Look out, another toxic YouTuber making things hard on Bethesda by reporting on some Fallout 76 news. Now, everybody has been made fully aware of just about every major debacle, and I don't want to spend too much time going over what we already know. However, there was a tip sent to me last night by two different people in Australia that at the time I was thinking there could be a lot of reasons for this. I'm not sure if I can really report on this. Then I did a little digging, and while I couldn't get any of my contacts at Bethesda to confirm or deny this, at least at the time of this filming, there are some curious trends going on with physical copies of Fallout 76 that I figured at the very minimum would be worth reporting on, because if you're considering purchasing it in the very near future, you might want to be really careful. You might want to give it another week or two. So late last night, I got two different contacts from people in Australia, different places in Australia, saying that they had been removing physical copies of Fallout 76 from EB Games stores. And I thought, this is odd. The game's pretty much new, and it's kind of gone through its ultra deep discount phase here in the United States and has stabilized at about $30 or $40. I checked Amazon, I checked Target, GameStop, all between $30 and $40. Now, not a great place to be for a AAA title this close to release, but it is what it is. I think at some point, if you're Bethesda, you've got to take your L, and you need players in the game. You need a chance to fix the game. And I really am pulling for the existing Fallout 76 community to get a game that they really love. At the end of the day, there's probably more than 1 million active players in Fallout 76 who really like what's going on in the game and are looking for the game to improve. And if Bethesda isn't given a chance to improve on what they've given them, that's 1 million gamers that spend a lot of time and money that will then be disappointed. So I am, as often as I do report on some of the hilarity around Fallout 76, I want to be very clear, Fallout friends. I do want this game to be great for you. I know it's never going to be what maybe a lot of us thought it was going to be, but I do want you to get what you paid for, whether it was at full price at launch or you were able to scoop up one of the many, many discounts after launch. I am pulling for you. So I browsed around a little bit, again, at Target, Walmart, and more particularly at the EB Games website, the Australian version of the website. And I found some pretty interesting things going on that might actually lend some credence to Fallout 76 possibly preparing to go free to play. Let me show you what I've seen. And look, I might be entirely wrong. I want to build this with you, the viewer. I don't have the connections that some of the people at Polygon or Kotaku might have, and even if I did, they wouldn't tell me because they know I report it to you first. The reason people at Kotaku and Polygon get those insiders is because they protect companies like Bethesda in most cases. So I looked at, basically CD keys, you can get it for $44. That's expensive in my opinion. Target, you can get physical copies for $40. Okay, so nothing too crazy. Amazon at $38.50. So everyone's right around $40. But then I started digging a little deeper. I noticed something interesting here. It could just be a coincidence. Now, what we have are several coincidences. It'll be fun for us to noodle on it. And again, thequartering@gmail.com if you want to send me tips. Specifically in this case, if you're in Australia and you go to an EB Games and you can confirm or deny this, that would be great. And if you follow me on Twitter at thequartering, or you at least check, I will share whatever information I find. But I noticed here on Amazon, only one copy left of the PS4 version. Here's a PC version, only 20 copies left. This is Amazon.com. Amazon is running low on physical copies. Xbox One, nothing noted. Okay, could be totally unrelated, right? So I go to EB Games, and I'm trying to shop for Fallout 76, and when I go to their website, I'm thinking, okay, Obviously, this lead is wrong. They have plenty of copies of everything Fallout 76. And it's on sale. Here you can see the Power Armor Edition, $150. So if you're in Australia and you want that helmet, now would probably be the time to get it. I don't know what the actual value of it is, but it's $150. You see they've got the survival guide. You see they got tons of merch. And you also see they've got the Tricentennial editions in stock, which is like a premium edition. And then they've got Fallout 76. But then I'm starting to think, wait a minute here. These are only pre-owned. And they're selling buy one, get one free. Why would you buy one, get one free of the same game? I guess if you want to buy a gift. But notably, the standard edition of Fallout 76 is nowhere to be found. I went and looked even at the main Fallout 76 page here. And I thought, okay, debunked, right? Debunked, obviously, baloney. But you look at the main Fallout 76 page, and there are 0 copies, even on their web store, of the original version. Interesting, right? When you look through here, you have the Power Armor Edition, you have the Collector's Guide Edition, you've got Official Guide, Collector's Guide, and you've got Tricentennial Editions. But no regular editions. You can buy Fallout Atoms, you can buy Fallout Loot, but you cannot purchase the base version of Fallout 76. You also, again, anecdotal, but what I'm trying to do is build a case that it may be going free to play sooner than we know. The idea that you would have only one copy of PS4 Fallout 76 at Amazon.com is extraordinarily unlikely. Only 20 copies of the PC version. Now, this is sold by Buy Buy Enjoy, fulfilled by Amazon. So this is what you would call the buy box. So there may be more sellers of Fallout 76 that will take over once Buy Buy Enjoy is out. That's how Amazon works, okay? I'm just saying it's curious that an Amazon seller would be so low on physical copies of a game. When you layer in the fact that the customer told me that they're pulling regular copies of Fallout 76 off the shelves at EB Games, and the game sold really poorly in Australia, perhaps this is just an EB Games. Perhaps this is just an EB Games thing. Perhaps EB says, look, we don't want any more standard editions. We're not selling them. We're only selling the premium editions, and we're going to pull it. Perhaps. Perhaps Amazon, that seller is just, as this moment when I'm looking, low on stock. Absolutely plausible. But it is an interesting thought to have, and I'm curious if there's more evidence out there that you, the viewer, might share to me so that perhaps we can protect some buyers here. Because if Fallout 76 is considering going free to play, which, by the way, I think they should, then anybody that buys the game in the immediate near future is going to be very mad. And to be honest with you, anyone who paid $60 or, heaven forbid, $300 for the Power Armor Edition up front, or the Tricentennial Edition for $80 or $70, perhaps they won't be too happy. I think the best way for Fallout 76 to probably survive is going free to play, but it seems awfully early to be pressing that red button. It's curious to me. I thought it was an interesting lead. I thought it was an interesting conversation to have. And the question to you would be, what if they do go free to play? Would you give Fallout 76 a try at that point? I mean, how cheap is cheap enough for you to try a game? Or are you like me, where you're like, oh, I'm just going to pick up copies of Double Dragon in the original packaging with the original price tag on it, and with my money instead? I'm curious. If you're an existing Fallout 76 player, would you care that it goes free to play? I'm guessing that most probably wouldn't. If I had paid $60 or even $40 or $30 for Fallout 76, and I wanted to play some PvP, I would want more players in the game. I don't know if I'd really be that concerned about that they got in for free and that I paid. What could Bethesda do to make it right to existing players? I think if you paid for the game before they go free to play, maybe they should give people that actually paid for the game some sort of in-game bonus, some atoms, or something cool. Some swag that says, hey, I've been here since the beginning, or I actually paid for this. All of these things I think would help lessen the blow if Fallout 76 did go free to play. But again, what's likely? These are all just coincidences. But if they're not, and if there's more evidence out there pointing to Fallout 76 going free to play, this could be one of the biggest failures in AAA game history. But at the end of the day, if going free to play doubles your player base and makes the existing players of the game happy, I'm happy for you. I'm interested to hear what you find down in the comment section down below. And if you like these type of videos, more speculative, I get a lot of tips now and again, but I don't always report on them because I try to wait till things are a little more solid. But I figured this is a fun conversation to have anyway, and there is enough anecdotal evidence to have the conversation. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're having a great weekend. We'll talk to you again real soon.